Hi there YouTubers, this is Roscoe back with a new review. Here we have the Asmus Toys Guritz figure from Lord of the Rings. Alright, I'm going to take a look at the packaging first. And just like with the previous two releases, the Morgul Lord and Gothmog, we have a shoebox style package. Nothing too spectacular. So you have the front cover here. We have the rear of the box there. And inside has two separate clamshell cases which hold the figure and the accessories that this guy comes with. Alright, so you get two spare hands, sort of relaxed palms there, one there, one there. The other two you get sort of circular clenched fists to hold his staff. So you have the option of switching those out. You get this really cool sort of war banner. A nice cool design and pattern on it. You have a really long staff that this mounts to. You have a separate piece up here, sort of a little section there where the staff slides into. And it's got sort of like cord wrapped around. Appears to have all been done by hand. So it's pretty cool to have as it's sort of like a backdrop for him. You also get his handheld staff. See all the sort of cord wrapped around it there. Comes very frayed. You might want to do a bit of sort of playing around. I just singed a little bit of the frayed areas just to make it look a bit more tidy. There's his shorter staff. And that also pushes into this top section here. So there's a little joint there. Now that doesn't go in very easily. It doesn't sort of lock into place like a Hot Toys figure would do. The sort of the shape of the socket is different to the shape of the staff. So you might find a little bit of difficulty trying to push that in. It doesn't actually lock right in. It just sort of just sits there. And this appears to be made out of like resin with like a wire sort of framework through it. So yeah, you might have to find, like what I had to do was actually hollow some of the metal out of the interior of this to be able to get this through. So I just used a little screwdriver and sort of put it inside and twist that around to widen the actual diameter of the socket to be able to put that through. So a little bit of a pain, but wasn't too bad. It's like sitting on there quite easily now. It also has the cord wrapped around that. And here we have Guritz himself. Very gross looking orc, which we see in the Return of the King. Got the skull mounted to his head. Got all the hair coming off the back of that. The paint app on the head sculpts for these orcs so far have been really good by Asmus. Got the split down the face like he's been in a fight, and all the staples used to hold his face together. His eyes don't look straight at you, they're more on an angle. So turning the figure sort of on a side-on sort of view is more of a benefit. You don't get much head movement, unfortunately. It turns left and right, okay, but bending it down, forward and up, the head pops off. But yeah, you get a pretty decent pose out of what it does. Got these nice sort of frills around his neck there, and the hair also continues on underneath his helmet. Yeah, and they seem to have corrected the colour. Now with Gothmog, this sort of fabric was a little bit too red, like a blood red, which is when they've gone for more of a like a burgundy sort of colour there, or a maroon colour, which is more accurate. Now just like with the other two figures they've released from the line, they do need a bit of playing around and posing and adjusting. A lot of the strapping on this guy is very long, So when you unbox him, it's all hanging out. These sort of parts around his sort of wrist, you see the frayed edges. They're hanging out around his legs as well. These are all hanging out and frayed. So what you really have to do is tuck them in, sort of fold them up, and hide all those frayed areas. And the strapping, I tucked mine underneath the arm guards so they don't hang down loosely. So, but overall, for a $120 figure, it's come out quite well. Yeah, so the Lord of the Rings collection is finally growing now that Asmus are doing some really cool stuff. This is the third one in the line. Gandalf should be out in a week or two. Gandalf the White. And I'm really looking forward to the Ringwraith on Steed. And I've also got a few of the ACI Ringwraiths on order. And we'll be definitely ordering the ACI Aragorn figure. So I'm pretty sure this is not everyone's cup of tea. You know, to buy an Orc for their collection, but for a Lord of the Rings fan, there's not too many Orcs that have been done. There have been a few premium format statues, but yeah, it looks really good in the collection and great next to Gothmog and the Witch King. Get all the articulation in the right places. Get a standard stand this time. With the previous two you have a theme stand as well as this, like a resin sort of battleground stand. This one just has the plain one, which is probably why the price was able to be kept down a bit more compared to the other two. There he is, guys. Guritz the Orc from Lord of the Rings Return of the King by Asmus. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the review. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.